Welcome to PWS United, a podcast for the Prader-Willi syndrome community, brought to you by PWSA USA. This podcast gives the latest news in research, advocacy, and family support by bringing together staff, volunteers, PWS treatment specialists, biotech and pharmaceutical representatives, caregivers, family members, and individuals with PWS. Our goal is to share education, awareness, and resources with those living with PWS and their supporters. Join us in our mission to enhance the quality of life and empower those affected by Prader-Willi syndrome.
Well, welcome back to another episode of PWS United. I'm your co-host Annie, and I'm here with Carrie. And
Hello.
Hi, Carrie. How was your weekend?
It was wonderful because I finally feel 100% and not sick anymore. So I did not do much because I'm still making sure that I stay healthy, but it was wonderful to be able to go outside and not sleep all day. The little things. But
Yeah,
yeah, it was nice and relaxed and feeling 100%. So can't
good.
complain. How about you, Annie? I know you had a little trip.
Yeah, I took Freya down to the Bay Area, San Francisco Bay Area, for a scoliosis check, and it was very disappointing.
Yeah.
And it was a reminder to me of really to follow that intuition because 7 months ago, when she had a 20-degree curve and the doctor said it was fine and she looked great, I questioned it a little bit, not so much to him, but to myself. And then I checked in with her endocrinologist, and she assured me that he's a great doctor. And I'm sure he is. I'm not saying he's not. But she assured me he's a great doctor with a lot of PWS patients and that I could trust him. And in 7 months, it's grown to a 40-degree curve,
Mm,
which is a lot.
a lot.
And he, at the appointment, said, let's hope it doesn't get to 50, but if it does, then we intervene. And I said, do you mean surgery? And he said yes.
Mhm.
And that the whatever group of orthopedists that he is in consultation with, they all agree that you don't brace for a syndrome because it doesn't help. And I, with my experience and all the people I've talked to, was able to say, well, actually, I know families who have been helped by this.
Yeah.
And to his credit, he was very much like, okay, well, let's do a brace. We'll try it. There's nothing wrong in trying it. And so we're gonna do that. But yeah, like as a parent, of course, all parents question their parenting, or they have moments where they're like, oh, I should have done that differently. And so this is kind of a
Mm.
big one for me of like, wow, I really should have pushed harder. I shouldn't have waited so long. I was supposed to have the appointment a month or two before she did. I'm not so on top of keeping those scheduled because it is such a long drive and whatever. Yeah. So as a parent, I'm wishing that I had done things differently, but I didn't. And here we are. So we'll be scheduling that. And it was just another one of the many other lessons in life. And I was also
Mm.
reminded as I was driving in traffic, leaving the Bay Area, trying to get back home to the Redwoods, I was reminded that when I'm a little bit in my feels, listening to Smashing Pumpkins is not. I had forgotten, it was a big part of my angsty teenage years. So
I love it.
I had fallen asleep and I was like, I haven't listened to Smashing Pumpkins in a long time. So I turned it on. And then, of course, every song, I'm just crying, driving through traffic. I was like, all right.
We all need our outlet, though. Like,
Hmm.
we definitely do, especially after something that heavy, yeah.
Yeah.
You are doing the absolute best that you can do, so I am here to say don't beat yourself up about it, but I know you think about it. It makes you think and question things. That's just human nature, so
Yeah. Yep.
I'm really
And
sorry that you got that news, though.
yeah, thank you. Yeah. And I just wanted to share that here because I think
Yeah.
that a lot of families can relate.
This is
And
the platform definitely to
yeah.
be, yeah, open about an experience like that. So, yeah, I know people will appreciate the openness you just shared in that story. So,
Yeah.
thank you. But
Well, good. I'll let y'all know how it goes.
yeah, keep us updated, please.
But on that note, let's get into this week's episode. This is the PWSA Pulse from February 6th, volume 140, and Carrie is going to kick us off.
Yes, we are going to start by talking about the very exciting, very highly anticipated second PWSA USA Residential Providers Conference. This is such a great event, everyone. I literally can't emphasize that enough. But the gist of it is residential providers are invited to join PWSA for our 2026 Providers Conference. This will be an unforgettable gathering dedicated to enhancing care, sharing insights, and strengthening community among residential providers in the PWS space. So, this is taking place August 21st and 22nd, 2026, this summer, at the Kimpton Bryce Hotel in Savannah, Georgia. And that is also where we went for our first residential provider conference. So, same location. So, for the second time, we're bringing together, again, residential professionals from across the country to learn from colleagues and field experts, exchange best practices, and build collective expertise to improve outcomes for individuals living with Prader-Willi syndrome. This conference is exclusively for residential providers and offers a unique opportunity to connect, collaborate, and grow alongside peers who understand the vital work you do every day. So, registration is now open for this, as I mentioned, and we'll have a link in our show notes to that. And while you're there, you can also find a link to our room block at the Kempton Bryce Hotel and then more information as well. And if anyone has any questions about anything specific that's not listed on the website, you can contact us at our info@pwsausa.org email. So we cannot wait to see residential providers coming together for this great event. And we hope as many of you as possible will attend because it really, truly is a great educational and community building space. So
Yeah.
hope to see you there.
So many cool people together at once and in a
Mhm.
really cool town. I love Savannah.
Yeah. Yeah, they had so much fun too. I mean, there's obviously so much learning, a lot of growth happening, a lot of exchange of stories and ideas and information, but it's also, a time for them all to have fun and enjoy each other's company. So, yeah, what a great space to do it. Moving on now to our spotlight on PWS. This spotlight was submitted by Arcelia Partida, who is mom to David, who is 13 living with PWS. And she shared David turned 13 on January 11th. David is a loving child with Prader-Willi syndrome who brings joy to everyone. He enjoys building with Legos and puzzles and spending time with his dog, Bonita, I love that, who is a very special part of his life. David is very thankful for his new baby sister and loves helping care for her. He has a servant's heart, always willing to help others, and is known for his beautiful smile. David also enjoys giving hugs and sharing God's love with everyone he meets. Oh, thank you, Arcelia, for sharing that with us. And the photos sent in are so precious as well.
He
David with
does
his
have a
little
beautiful
sister.
smile.
Oh, and his smile is beautiful. Yes. And all of these, I think they're Legos and puzzles. It's like a huge stack.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
They're proving it in this
Yep.
photo how much he loves them, and I love that. But yeah, we always appreciate seeing these. We really thank everyone who submits them, and we encourage anyone out there who just wants to share anything about their loved one's life, any from struggles to triumphs, literally everything in between. Please share your story so we can share them with the community, and we'll have a link to do that in our show notes.
So for our PWS resource spotlight, we chose to highlight a document for Rare Disease Day, which is coming up Saturday, February 28th. Rare Disease Day is a global movement dedicated to raising awareness and advocating for the more than 300 million people worldwide living with a rare disease. This is held each year on the last day of February, and Rare Disease Day brings together individuals, families, organizations, and communities to shine a light on the challenges rare disease communities face and the ongoing need for research, support, and meaningful policy change. So, if you are interested and if you're looking for simple and impactful ways to get involved, you can check out this resource spotlight. This is our Rare Disease Day packet 15 ways to raise awareness for PWS. It offers a collection of easy to do activities and ideas to help you spread awareness for both Rare Disease Day and Prader-Willi syndrome. And you can participate throughout February or you can join in on February 28th. So there will be a link to that in the show notes to participate. We are also putting out a call. We'd love to share your rare on Rare Disease Day. You can do that by just sending a photo of your loved one or sending in a story. And we'd love to share this out into the world just to celebrate Rare Disease Day. So if you would like to share your rare, you can find that link in the show notes.
And as a side note, we will have other Rare Disease Day stuff coming out throughout February. So be on the lookout on our social media pages and on our website. We actually have a full Rare Disease Day page on our website
Mhm.
as well that I'm going to do a little shout out to because there's
Uh,
so much stuff on there.
Yeah,
And you can just find it in our menu. It's just Rare Disease Day. So I
nice.
encourage people to look at that as well for ideas and resources.
Yeah, because if you don't know, we do have people going to Washington, D.C. for
Mhm.
Rare Disease Week. So that will be a whole event, and we'll have a lot of coverage of that, write-ups afterwards, and, some stuff out while it's happening. So stay tuned to our socials to learn more about what our advocates are doing in D.C.
I wish I could go this year. It's always
Yeah.
a lot of fun because there's literally hundreds and hundreds of people there with all different rare diseases, and you really learn from each other, and it's a really special week. They do a lot to build this kind of collective community feel and bonding. So it was really special when I went in 2024. And I actually have a video. It's on our Rare Disease Day webpage that people can go and watch and kind of get a feel for it. But oh, it's really special, and I hope that you can get there one day because
Yeah.
it's great. Yeah. Moving on now to some events and fundraisers. The first thing that we want to share is an exciting new challenge, an awareness challenge called Plunge for PWS. When Winter Storm Fern stranded some of our team in Dallas recently, it sparked an idea. Instead of slowing down, we took action because families and individuals affected by PWS never get a pause from the daily challenges they face. Inspired by their strength, our CEO, Stacey Ward, kicked off the Plunge for PWS challenge by doing something a little bit crazy. She took a plunge into a literally freezing cold
I
pool.
can't.
With that, I am being so serious. It was freezing cold. And on top of it, in negative wind chills, which somehow it got to that temperature in Dallas. I still don't know how. But she jumped in and we have video proof of this and we'll link that in our show notes. But the goal is to have this spread. So now we're hoping that you can participate with us. So if you are tagged in a post about Plunge for PWS, you will either take the plunge and challenge others, or you can make a donation to support individuals and families affected by PWS. And we will have a link in our show notes also with all the details about this so you can get a little bit more understanding of what we're trying to achieve here. And as a side note, because I've had some people ask this question on social, you can take the plunge from anywhere in the world, in any climate, and in any body of water, whether that is a pool, a lake, an ocean, or something else. We were talking about a hot tub at, like, the local YMCA or
Okay.
your bathtub. I mean,
I
the
didn't
list goes on,
know. Why did
obviously.
I say I'm gonna jump in the ocean? Dang it. I got a hot
You
tub.
are ambitious, Annie,
Well,
and you have an ocean at your disposal.
yes, yes. It's not a calm ocean. Um,
No,
but
yeah,
I
you
do
should be
have
safe.
plans to go out this weekend. I'm taking some friends, weather permitting, because our ocean does get dangerous when it's storming. So if it's storming, I'm gonna put it off. But I just have this idea to throw this out there now. If you're listening to this podcast before Saturday and you want to be challenged, you want your name to be in the ethers for this challenge, send me an email. Tell me your name, and I will challenge you on the spot, and you'll be on our socials. So yeah, my email, africky@pwsausa.org, and I'll put that in the show notes. So anyway, if you want to be challenged in my video, let me know.
Oh, I love that. Good thought, Annie. That's really fun. Yeah, so Stacy challenged our board and our staff members to participate, which is why Annie's gonna jump in the ocean. And a lot of our staff who was in Dallas took the plunge as well, and I have those videos and we're sharing them on our social media as well, here and there. And so if you haven't seen them, we do have a highlight on our Instagram page, and it's called PWS Plunge, I believe. And all the videos are saved there, and we'll continue to save them, and they're just really fun and funny, and Our
insane.
staff,
Like,
a lot of fun.
I don't know how people didn't stop breathing. Like, I really don't. I can't get into water that I mean,
I was just standing there recording. I didn't have gloves, unfortunately, so my, like, hands were exposed, and I felt like I got a little taste of what they were experiencing, but even just doing that, I had to stick my hand in this mug of, like, hot water when I came inside
oh,
every time.
oh no.
So we had hot water on deck. But,
Uh,
yeah, it was freezing cold. I don't know how they did it.
I would have
I
drowned.
was very proud, though. I would've tried. Yeah, it's definitely not my cup of tea. When I was young, as a little fun side note, I was on swim team in Wisconsin, and in the summer it was outdoor, but we still had 40-degree mornings. And my coaches would have to get a hose and like spray me until I got in the pool. I was the last one in. So they would either get this hose and spray me to get in, or they would like throw chairs at me, which is probably horrible as a
Oh
side
my
note.
god.
It was the early 2000s. It was a different time. But it was so funny. So, I was like, "I will not jump. I will contribute by filming all of you jump."
There you go. You're like, "I have PTSD from
Yes,
a
I'm
different generation."
different generation, different experiences.
Oh my
But
god, that's
no, I
horrible.
I will participate in some way. I just don't know yet how. So stay tuned. But
I think you've
but
done your
all that
part, but
thanks, Annie. But all that to say, Plunge for PWS Challenge, we're really excited about it. We will have more details in our show notes. Thank you for participating in
yes.
advance. All right. And then, as mentioned, we took a few days as a staff to gather in person for our annual staff retreat in Dallas, Texas, to discuss successes and challenges of each of our departments, along with our inspirations and visions for the years ahead. And it really was such a wonderful opportunity to come together, focus on our relationships to each other and the broader PWS community. And we just love to be able to do that because we're all remote, and having that couple days every year
Mhm.
really helps us feel more
Yes.
connected and come up with a lot of awesome,
Yeah.
wacky ideas.
Yeah. Yeah, it was so much fun, and, yeah, I just had just great moments of connection, and with various staff members and
Mhm.
or various things, some of them not even PWS related, and,
Yep.
it was just great to be there, and I just noticed in the group dinner photo that everybody's in, like, coats and sweaters, and I'm in a tank top because 'cause I'm of
Like
an
most of the
age.
weekend, yeah. Poor Annie.
I saw a thing this morning that
Mm.
somebody said perimenopause is now called coming of rage
Oh,
instead
I
of, like
love that.
that's so good.
That's so good. That fits so well.
So we need an army of perimenopausal women to do the work.
To do it, yes.
I'm here.
You'll get work done
But I'm
in
not
tank
gonna
tops.
no matter how hot I am not gonna jump into a freezing pool because I will stop breathing. So, anyway.
Yeah, we don't want that. Know your limits. But yeah, it was a great weekend. We have so much great content from it, and we're excited to continue working on it and sharing it. So keep checking out our socials,
Yes,
is the message.
always. So, for advocacy, we want to celebrate a big win that we just had. Congress passed the 5-year reauthorization of the Rare Pediatric Disease Priority Review Voucher Program. So, on February 3rd, when Congress passed legislation for the budget, this included that 5-year reauthorization of the PRV program. So, this increases federal investment in rare disease research and several additional healthcare provisions that directly impact patients and families living with rare conditions. So, this is a big win for our community. I know something our advocates have really been working on. And so, big celebration for that. And if you want to read more about that, you can find a link in the show notes. We also, Super Bowl's passed. It just happened. Love the halftime show. I love the end. Had me in my feels. But one of the really cool things, which some of you may have heard about, PWSA USA partnered with Soleno Therapeutics to bring PWS awareness to that Super Bowl. So in the official Super Bowl game program, which everybody who walked in there received, and I don't know the numbers, but I know it's a lot. They had a full page ad for PWS. And it's a beautiful ad. top says there isn't always a playbook, and it has a QR code so people can learn more about PWS. If you were at the Super Bowl, maybe take a picture of you holding the program and send it to us. Take a picture of you holding the ad up and send it to us, and that'd be fun to put out. So we will have a link to the digital version of this program. And so if you want to follow that link, you can find it on page 107 on the desktop or page 109 on mobile to view the full page advertisements. And it's just such a cool opportunity, such a big cultural icon to be a part of. So just,
Hmm.
yeah, really cool. So thank you
Yeah.
for that, Soleno, thank you for helping us do that. We also want to put a call to action for families living in Pennsylvania. This is the inaugural Prader-Willi Alliance of Pennsylvania members meeting, and this will be Tuesday, February 17th at 8 p.m. Eastern on Zoom. And if you would like to register for that, you will find a link to that in the show notes.
So, in some family support news, we have a really great new blog to share in honor of Feeding Tube Awareness Week. And we asked some of our staff to help put this together. So, we have some great details from our family support team as part of this blog article, which is nasogastric and gastric feeding tubes, what, why, and when they are needed. As PWS parents and caregivers know, food and diet are a lifelong struggle with individuals with PWS. It begins with hypotonia and failure to thrive in newborns and infants, progressing through the various stages of hyperphagia throughout childhood and adulthood. Infants with PWS are often listless or weak and struggle to eat. Thankfully, with modern day tools and techniques, we are able to navigate this initial challenge successfully. Nasogastric and gastric feeding tubes are common in the PWS community. And this week's blog helps readers understand the differences along with when and why one is preferred over the other. We have included insights and lived experiences from PWS parents as well, which is really awesome. So we will have the full link to this blog article in our show notes. And a big thank you to everyone who helped us put this together. It's a really great read, and I've already seen a ton of appreciation and reaction to it on our social pages. So I'm glad we put this out. All right. And we have mentioned this in past podcast episodes on our social, in our emails, and we need to just scream it more because, because we need people to get involved. But this is our Rare Aware Art Share. We brought it back for 2026, and we are accepting submissions through March 15th. So please talk to your loved one living with PWS to get involved in this. And to give a little insight, this year's theme is in honor of our upcoming DC fly-in. And again, we're asking individuals living with PWS to make artwork on the theme of advocacy and awareness. This art share is open to any and all individuals with PWS. There are no restrictions on age, skill level, or where they are in the world, or if they have participated in the art share in the past. We welcome all art as long as it can be sent to us digitally. It doesn't have to be made digitally, just so that you could take a photo of it or share it with us in a digital manner. So we invite individuals living with PWS to show what advocacy and awareness looks like in their lives, big or small, public or personal. Not everyone makes a trip to Washington, D.C. or their state capital to advocate for policy. So sometimes advocating looks like demanding better food security at a group home or reminding a teacher that supervision is required during meals. And awareness may be speaking about PWS at a big event or sharing your story with a classmate or a community member. There really is no right way to advocate or to raise awareness. Every voice matters and every action counts. So we are so excited to see more artwork come in on this subject and on this theme. And you can learn more and submit at the link in our show notes. And I think Annie will echo our stress here.
Yes, we need art. We want to
Please
see
send your
art. It
art.
was so fun. 2 years ago, we went to DC and Carrie made these beautiful cards with pictures of a lot of the artwork. And it's just such a great way to show the personalities of our loved ones. Our loved ones are not just diagnosis on some policy or that
Or
they're
on the
just
list of constituents. Yeah.
right. Yeah. And so we really want to do that again to bring something like that to our representatives to show just, another way to show them like, hey, these are really beautiful, creative people and, who
Yeah.
have vision and talent and, everything. Like, I know there's a great quote about art. There's a million of them and I can't think of one single one right now, but, just like our humanity, so please get those in so that we have another beautiful piece to share with our representatives in May.
Yes, thank you. So, this week we are celebrating Children's Mental Health Week. It actually started yesterday, February 9th. The theme of the week, This is My Place, is intended to promote and encourage a sense of belonging, whether that is at home, in school, on a team, in the community, wherever children are spending time. And we want to know, where is a place that your child feels safe and welcome? Perhaps that is wherever mom and dad are. I'm sure that's the case for a lot of people. Or with a certain teacher, or in their bedroom or their backyard. It's valuable information to know where and with whom your child feels safe and welcome. We would love to read about your child's safe space and safe place. So if you and your child are willing, please email Annie. Again, Fricky at pwsausa.org. We'll have it in the show notes with your response to that question. Again, where is a place that your child feels safe and welcome? And we may include them in our weekly blog, these responses. Thank you for helping us put that information out. And again, it's really important, I think, to share and just understand as a community where our loved ones, like this question asks, feel safe and welcome. So it's something that we're hoping to get a good, decent response on if you can send Annie that answer. And you included this quote as well, Annie. Is there a message or reason behind it? I'm interested.
Well, one thing I just wanna say also, like, if you check our socials, Facebook and Instagram, you'll see a post about Children's Mental Health Week with the prompt. You can also leave your response there in the comments
Mhm.
below that, and so those will also get into the blog. But the Brené Brown quote, well, she says, "A deep sense of love and belonging is an irreducible need of all people." And I think that just is so true, like, everybody needs to feel like they belong wherever they are.
Welcome
And
somewhere.
I mean, I could go on to some diatribe about, social media and what it's done to us and all of that stuff. I think when you get down to face, most people feel that they know and they want people to belong. And so it's a reminder that we all need to do our part to make sure that the people around us feel like they belong because that
Mm.
is absolutely a need. It's
Yeah,
not a want, it's a need. If we don't feel like we
absolutely.
belong, then what are we doing? So
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, that's beautiful. I'm glad that you included that. All right.
that's my ramble. Sorry.
Ah, it's great. I figured there was, like, kind of a connection to it, so I just was curious if you wanted to speak on it a little more. Yeah, and very well said, as always. All right. So our Ask Nurse Lynn of the week was submitted on behalf of a female who is 50 years old with a deletion subtype. And the question submitted was, my sister is 50 and lives in a group home. In the last year, she has started to have extreme behavior that she hasn't had before. She runs away from her home, screams aggressively, tears up her belongings, etc. I'm very concerned because I'm afraid the doctors in her small town don't know how to handle her situation properly. They changed her medication several times, and for the last 2 weeks, she hasn't had an episode but is very sedated. I know that's better and properly safer for her and the people around her, but seeing her so out of it makes me sad. Do you have any advice or suggestions for doctors in the Southeast that could be helpful? She is on Medicaid. This has been really hard on my sister and my family. Thank you for any help. So, Nurse Lynn had a great response to this. We've included that in our show notes, and we really appreciate these questions and being able to help with stuff like this. I think this one really struck me, Annie, when I was reading through it. So I'm glad that people feel like they can be more open and vulnerable with the questions that they're asking and the information that they're needing in their lives. So I'm glad Nurse Lynn is a place for this and a person
Yeah.
for this. So yeah, just thank you to everyone who submits these and allows us to be able to help again in any way
Mhm.
that we can.
Yeah, and I know that sometimes these questions are hard to ask, and
Mhm.
that's one of the reasons why we've kept this anonymous so that hopefully it's easier for people to ask these questions, but it's important to know that there is help. And that's what we're doing. So thank you
Mhm.
for sending that in.
And we also will have a link for you to submit your own question to our wonderful nurse Lynn Garrick, and that will be in our show notes.
All right. So for research, we just have one thing at the moment. We just want to remind you all about the Global PWS Registry 2.0. The Global PWS Registry, which is sponsored by FPWR and hosted by NORD, is a database of information about individuals with PWS. It is informed by caregivers of individuals with PWS, and it is now in the 10th year and one of the most powerful tools we have in understanding PWS. This registry has guided research, played a crucial role in advancing new drugs and therapies, shaped clinical trials, informed medical guidelines, and has helped elevate the voices of the PWS community. And this registry has been updated to a more intuitive platform, making it easier for families to complete surveys and view the information submitted by the community. And if you don't know, we did publish a PWS United podcast episode a few weeks ago where Stacey got to talk with some of the people behind the registry, and people can learn more about it. So if you want to listen to that, check out our PWS United podcast. And yeah, to get involved with the registry, there's a link in the show notes, and that'll take you to the page where you can sign up if you haven't already. And if you are signed up and you're like me, you need to go in there and check and see what surveys you have to update because it's very important. So that's
It
my
is.
own personal note to go back and check, make sure I'm up to date. Thanks for participating in that. It's very, very important.
And before we end our episode here, we want to take a moment to honor the memory of Stephanie Elizabeth Percher. We are deeply saddened by the passing of Stephanie Elizabeth Percher, who was born on May 17th, 1990, and passed away suddenly on January 18th, 2026. Though her time on this earth was far too short, her impact was immeasurable. Stephanie was diagnosed with Prader-Willi syndrome, and from the very beginning, she defied expectations. Year after year, she blazed new paths of what was believed possible, surpassing milestones and inspiring everyone who had the privilege of knowing her. Her life was a testament to perseverance, courage, and joy. Stephanie was endlessly happy and deeply loving. She was a devoted dog mom to her beloved Pomeranians, found peace and happiness in coloring, and carried a contagious laughter that made others laugh right along with her. She loved her family fiercely and was always the first to offer forgiveness and kindness. Stephanie's mom, Donna, has asked that in lieu of flowers, that donations be made to PWSA USA. Our condolences to Stephanie's family as they navigate this time, and for anyone experiencing grief in regard to your loved one with PWS, please know that PWSA USA is always here for every step of this journey. And we will have Stephanie's full obituary, which some of that information that I just read came from, in the link in our show notes.
And that was our polls for this last week. And we appreciate you all being here to stay up to date on the latest news and happenings and events and all of that. And again, if you want me to shout you out for my PWS plunge, send me an email. It'd be fun
Yeah,
to have like
wish
a list
Annie
of
some
names.
luck.
Wish me some luck. Yeah. Yeah. So if you see the plunge, on our socials, give it some love, and we just want to see how this grows and see if we can get some more awareness out there like the Super Bowl. So
Yeah,
that's all I have to say about that.
goodness. Yeah, my
Um,
sickness is still clouding my thoughts, guys. I apologize, but
yeah.
I echo Annie. We are actually excited to come back next week with a podcast episode from a collection of our staff members, and they're going to tell you all about things that they're excited for in 2026 that they're working on, that PWSA will be helping with and putting out. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah, I'm excited for the episode. And that's just a reminder to also go and check out make sure you're following us on our socials because we have some reels that are gonna be coming out. We got some content while we're there. So if you want to see the staff of PWSA and what we're doing, check us out there.
Yeah.
So we'll see you on socials.
Thank you for listening to this episode of PWS United. If you want to learn more about Prader-Willi syndrome and how PWSA USA is making strides in advocacy, family support, and research, visit www.pwsausa.org. And while you're there, we encourage you to sign up for our Pulse email newsletter to stay informed about the latest news, resources, and events. Don't forget to subscribe to the PWS United podcast so you never miss an episode. Our team is always available to support families and their loved ones living with PWS 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. You can call us at 941-312-0400 or email info@pwsausa.org. Catch a new episode next Tuesday, and until then, have a great week.